This is a Brooklyn-bound 2 train. The next stop is
Wall Street.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Happy Friday, everyone. Welcome back. This is Not Your Advisor with NYU Grad on Friday, September 27th. Let's get into today's session. I want to first, I don't even know if it's called send my condolences, but, it's just horrible news that I'm hearing about Hurricane Helene in Florida. I think there are over 40 people who died from that hurricane. So just be safe out there and hope you and your family are doing okay. So just to kind of walk through macro on the week and today, I suspect with everything that I'm looking at with my own eyes, that the sell side of Wall Street is distributing stock to mom and pop right now, ever since the 50 basis point cut last week. And I'll walk through that today. I don't want to just jump into breath today because I think it's important because, when I go over like new highs, new lows, advancing, declining, those are all tree micro / looking at the trees. I think it's really important to focus on the macro or the forest right now. So I'm going to post a chart of the NQ, but this can be the ES, which is the S&P. This could be NVIDIA. It could be almost any Mag 7 at this point, or index. But if you take a look at the futures, which is nice because it trades in the overnight session. And you'll see here for the NQ, starting Monday, as we sleep in the US, when there's little to no volume, you'll see that the NQ prices are either ramped higher or they start to drop and then they magically get defended. We then open on the session in the US and we go sideways, or we go sideways and then sell off into the close. This has happened for every session this week. And there's two trains of thought here. If this type of action was happening in the cash session, it's bullish. It's higher highs every day, right? But when you have low volume ramps and high volume sell-offs or distribution, that's bearish. So you want to look at this chart and look at it for what it is. Because yes, I can just sit through an Excel spreadsheet and show you guys what was up, what was down, advancing, declining, etc. But you have to also learn to look at the forest, because you need to seek out what is Wall Street and their intentions, because their benefit or their strength is their size. That is also their disadvantage. They can't hide in dark pools. They can't hide in options forever. Eventually, they're going to have to show their cards because they need to sell a lot of stock or buy a lot of stock. So take a look at that NQ futures chart. I'm going to repost this poll. Let's try this again. I posted this a while ago, basically asking, will you sell before Wall Street this time? Be honest. The options are, yes, I already have. I am going to try to time the top. My broker says hold. I'm never selling. I'm probably going to sell low. Arg. So I'd like to see how you all respond. And be honest. Think about the last time in 2008. Think about COVID. Think about, COVID was a few days. Think about the yen carry trade unwind rumors. That was 6 hours. But did you sell before Wall Street in any of these instances. The next one, I'm going to basically go through how the sell side distributes stock today. And I always say stocks are sold. That is a Bill Cara saying. When I first read it, it's like almost a double entendre. I didn't really understand it until one day it hit me like a ton of bricks. All stocks are sold. And the other one that I think I've invented, there's nothing new on Wall Street. It's just the participants that are new. So if you take a look at DJT, which is Truth Social, and again, I know I talked about Mayor Adams for 4 minutes on yesterday's podcast. Let me know if that was too long. And again, it's bipartisan. I wasn't saying, oh, he's bad because he's blue or he's red or blah, blah, blah. I'm very bipartisan about this, but I talked about it for 4 minutes. Let me know if it was too long for you to stomach. But DJT, I'm talking about this in context of stocks, not politics. Obviously, I know what DJT is, and I know who the candidate is behind this. But there's a lot of narrative of why DJT was going to be hot, next hot stock, etc. Well, it's gone from like $100 to $9, and then it rallied, and then got to like 70-ish, and then now it's a teen dollar stock. And this is what I'm talking about. All stocks are sold, whether you're talking about DJT or NVIDIA with Jensen Huang. You have to understand that whatever you see in the news, it's all being manufactured to sell you the same way you see drug ads on television or car ads on television or ads on TikTok, Instagram, and your social media threads. You have to really try to dissect what's going on by looking at price action. And I'm not saying fundamental analysis is dead. You need it. But to be quite honest with you, if you focus on the Dow 30 names or the Mag 7 names, that's all you really have to look at. The Mag 7 has contributed over 50% of all of the S&P 500 gains. So why do you need to work so hard at this moment? You could just be in Microsoft or Alphabet or NVIDIA, right? So they carry a lot of weight. There's no need right now to sift through hundreds of pages of 10Qs to try to be Warren Buffett. I'm just being totally honest with you. You are never going to be able to read that 10Q fast enough to make an appreciable gain on your money before the algos on Wall Street get a hold of it. Probably before you. So you should all start to learn how to read charts. You know, most people say charts are, mythical, false, magic trickery. No one can read charts. It's all just, hodgepodge of crap. It's people who don't know how that say that. Everything you need to know, whether it's fundamental price reaction or psychological price reaction, it's all in the chart. You will never, ever, unless you're an insider, which is illegal, be able to beat Wall Street with some fundamental news or some 10Q, 10K research analysis. Anyway. Yes, all stocks are sold via these marketing pitches. Two co-founders of Trump's social media platform Truth, Andrew Listinsky and Moss, have liquidated almost the entirety of their stake of 7.5 million shares, netting over $100 million of profit. They now own 100 shares, valued at $1,400, according to Tick, as well as CNBC, which I've linked. So, do you remember all of the narratives that you saw on Bloomberg, CNBC, X, wherever, TikTok, YouTube, on why you should buy DJT? I don't care if it's right or wrong on the why. I'm not saying you're wrong for supporting any particular party. I'm talking about the stock, the symbol. That narrative was sold just like they sell pharma drugs, just like they sell cars, just like they sell chicken wings when you watch football. It's the same beep. All right. Beijing urges Chinese companies to pick local chips over Nvidia's. That's inconvenient. So Nvidia actually sold off just seconds before I saw my inbox from Aluisha, who writes, why am I drawing a blank today? I have a lot on my mind. Market Vibes. Well, he did change the Substack name. He tipped me off on it, and at least I knew why Nvidia was selling off, but it got defended right away. So that's something to watch with all of this tension between China and the U.S. And I think just general nationalism and isolationism that will likely unfold moving forward. Like, I suspect nationalism in the U.S. is going to rise. Nationalism is already rising in Japan with the new prime minister being elected, who is hawkish, meaning that he wants to help the people of Japan. Oh no, the yen carry trade hurts the people of Japan. So we may have seen the peak of the yen carry trade with this new prime minister. I think just nationalism in general is going to increase globally. So let's keep peeling this onion. Summary of the day. So for premium members, I'm going to post a similar chart of the NQ of the overnight session. It's more of a freebie for the free members. If you take a look at the ES chart, we have gone nowhere since the ramp after Jerome Powell's speech on the 18th. We rallied on Thursday the 19th, but we have moved nowhere to today's close. We're literally just horizontal to that ramp on Friday of last week. So all of this has just been minutia, mumbo jumbo. I believe is Wall Street selling. Let's cover breadth, shall we? We had 1,109 new highs, 98 new lows. On the NASDAQ, we had 92 highs versus 29 lows. 58% of shares were advancing, 38% declining. 27% of stocks were below their respective 50-day. 31% of stocks were below their respective 200-day. What stuck out? The VIX volatility is up 10% on Friday. It was furiously rallying into the close. Does this potentially preview some type of black swan coming out this weekend? I hope not, because I'm still hoping for a single-digit VIX print, but we may not get it now. But the VIX was rallying furiously into the close. Let's cover some what was strong, what was weak. In the S&P 500, what was strong? Wynn Resorts up 7.2%. Walgreens bouncing after selling off, up 6.3%. APA up 5.96. Las Vegas Sands 5.6. SMCI bouncing after the investigation news 4.31. Lululemon 4.16. Baker Hughes up 4. CVS up 4.02. Global Payments up 3.3. MGM Resorts up 3.42. In the NASDAQ, you had PDD Holdings up 4.6. Super Microcomputer SMCI up 4.31, as I said. Lululemon again, because they're in both. Wow, Baker Hughes is in both. This is what I don't like. If you are in the NASDAQ, you should not be in other major indices. They're double dipping here. Moderna up 2.8, Tesla up 2.45. What was weak? Dell down 4.96 in the S&P. Globe Life down 4.7. Universal Health Services down 4. HP down 3.9. Eli Lilly cracking down 3.4. Broadcom 3. JBL was up yesterday, down 3.4 today. Royal Caribbean down 2.8. Intuit down 2.8. KLA C Corp down 2.7. PayPal down 2.7 after being up yesterday. NetApp down 2.58. Take a look at the show notes, premium members. It's all there. A lot of the semiconductors were down today. Everything that was, not everything, but a lot of things that were up yesterday were down today. Free members, continue to watch the macro. Don't focus too much on the micro right now. Continue to watch the 10-year yield, the US dollar, the Mag 7. I will see you all after the weekend break. That's my train.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.